Well. We knew it didn't make any sense the way that Trump decided to suddenly fire Kristi Noem and then turn around like a couple hours later and give her a new post. They invented a new post that's a nothing position in a department that nobody ever heard of just so that she could have a job. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Everybody knew something else was going on. Once you do start remembering that it's Washington politics, and then you realize that there's a sleazy love affair involved, and you got to remember the $1 million book deal. It's like, hey, we're going to give you $1 million. We'll write the book. We'll take care of everything. You just give us all the salacious details and help us get Trump for something. Corey Lewandowski and Kristi Noem could both write those books. They could have the help of a ghost author. That's involved here too. People who have been watching news and the antics of Washington, D.C. for a long time have learned that when something seems to have a bad feel to it, it's because it's got a real bad feel to it and there's something bad going on. There's something else to the story. You think it has a smell, it's because it friggin' stinks. We know this. There's always something going on that we aren't being told. You've got to look at how it operates. It's just the way the cookie crumbles out there. When Trump fires somebody, they're fired. He parts company. I mean, the guy made himself famous in a TV show for saying, "You're fired." So why would he fire and then unfire somebody? He fires her and then creates a job for her. It just doesn't make any sense until you get to looking at Trump's history, the background, what goes on in D.C., and remember the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Well, Kristi Noem has been a great friend of his for a long time. Well, that changes when you fire somebody. As soon as you fire somebody, that friendship stuff, that's kind of out the window. Over the years, I've probably had to fire over 1,000 people myself, and trust me, that has a dampening effect on what you would consider a friendship. A lot of people don't even like each other after that. As a matter of fact, a lot of people will get so mad, they'll write a book about the old boss. If that old boss is an important figure that half of the country would love to hear something bad about. Anyway, we got to look at this. Okay, well, we know that Kristi Noem deserved to be fired. She really blew it. This business of her having to, it was bad enough they're already calling her Ice Barbie. But then she goes out and has this self aggrandizement video made. She had the crews out there, the film crews. She had the horse crews. I mean, they had the wranglers and the stable hands and the people hauling and saddling the horses for. And they get her up in the mountains and they shoot this self-promotional video where she's riding around talking about how great she's doing. $200 million, and then she gets in a hearing and says, "Yeah," when pressured. Yeah. Trump knew about it. Absolutely. She thought that was going to cover her ass, except it's all recorded. Trump didn't have a clue. Boom, fired, fired. Kristi Noem got cornered. She got caught in a mess of her own making, and when push came to shove, she had a chance to demonstrate some character, step up, and own the mistake that she made. She threw Trump under the bus instead. She deserved to be fired. I mean, I got $200 million making a film and then having it broadcast across the country. That time is expensive. $200 million, almost $250 million just for self promotion. But that wasn't the only thing she did wrong, because the fact is, there's some real character issues going on with her. The issue of her having some kind of romantic relationship with this Corey Lewandowski has been going on for many years now. Everyone that is close to both of them calls it an open secret. It is not a surprise to anybody around them. It's been going on forever. And when push came to shove, she was in the hearing. They came right out and asked her if she was having a sexual relationship with Corey Lewandowski. She declined to say no. She was pressed. They asked more than once. She would not say that she's not having a sexual relationship with this guy. And she did not say no with her own husband sitting in the room. The woman has been married for 30 years. to her high school sweetheart. She's got 3 kids with this guy. Meanwhile, she's traveling all over the countryside and the world. She's gone overseas, but she's traveling everywhere with Corey Lewandowski. Who's Corey Lewandowski? He was Trump's campaign manager in his first campaign. I don't know how he and Noem got together. I don't dig into this celebrity drama crap, but they're together, and they have been for a long time. Lewandowski's been married for 21 years. He's got 4 kids. This is 2 families involved, 7 kids. There's grandkids involved now, too. And these two have been almost inseparable professionally and privately. A relationship where some people in their presence report that they make inappropriate physical contact. So read that the way you want. You and I both know what that means. However, it's like Billy Graham said, to be a good husband, you have to make sure that you are never alone with a woman. And you know what? When I first heard that, I thought it was just kind of a prude thing. But the truth is, there's some truth to that. That's one of the reasons cops have so much trouble with their relationships. These cops that are on duty all the time, and they get assigned a female partner, or a female that gets assigned a male partner. If they're not lesbians, which a lot of them are, then a lot of relationships pop up, and it's unfortunate, but proximity does that. When people of that age are put together daily, yeah, boys and girls start acting like boys and girls. But she's been flying around with this guy, and when she got put in this job with the DHS, he came on board as a volunteer advisor. This guy has time to be a volunteer. How is he supporting his family with being a volunteer? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Somehow this guy's getting paid behind the scenes. If you don't think so, I know it sounds suspicious. Well, that's because studying Washington, D.C. makes you suspicious. And we all know how this goes. There's so much money floating around there and going back and forth and disappearing. Somehow the guy's getting paid. But she gets posted to this new job called the Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas. Why? So she doesn't write the book. So Corey Lewandowski doesn't write the book. This job is a nothing job. The purpose of the Shield of the Americas, dismantling drug cartels, combating illegal immigration, enhancing regional security cooperation. That's all things we are already doing. It's a fake position, but what do? Corey Lewandowski is a deep insider with Trump that goes back to 2015. That's deep inside. He was a campaign manager. He is obviously somebody that would be a prime target for the book guys to come to and say, we will give you money up front, just give us the details. He has intimate knowledge of Trump going back to 2016 in the first campaign. Ice Barbie Christy Noem has all kinds of insider info, and these people write books. That's what happens. There's a litany of people who have written kiss and tell books about Trump. My God, it's not right that people do this. It's just wrong. His own niece, and I consider that a real dirtbag of a person, when your own niece will write a hit piece on you, a book, and try to cash in, definitely cash in, even doing paid interviews on different TV shows because you're willing to go out there and butcher the character of your own family member, your own uncle. I mean, these people are lowlifes. But a lot of people who have worked with Trump in the past, they can cash in on this because everyone wants the salacious rumors. So they write a book and they know that they're going to get their 15 minutes of fame. The book will probably only sell for about 3 months, but you can make a lot of money fast like that. You can get yourself a lot of publicity like that. So people do it. Can you imagine turning Kristi Noem and Lewandowski both loose at the same time to write their own books? Right here in an election year, like Trump doesn't have enough problems. It's easier to give her a job, and you watch, Corey Lewandowski is going to go right along with her. But give her a job in some new closet position that nobody ever heard of before, and we're not going to hear of it again. She's not going to do anything in this role. It's not a real job. And the funny thing about it, he didn't put her under J.D. Vance. Did you notice that? If you want to babysit someone, wouldn't you have your right-hand guy doing it? Trump has his right-hand guy doing it, and that right-hand guy is Marco Rubio. He is the go-to guy for everything really, really critical. And it seems like no matter what you put on this guy, he can handle it. He's got big shoulders. He can take more. He's got what, 8 or 10 different jobs already, and he's getting them all done beautifully. This is another indication that Rubio is going to be the guy for 28 because everybody loves him. You can't say anything bad about the guy, and everything he does a really good job at. But now, here he is with Kristi Noem. She used to be another cabinet chair. She used to be an equal to him around the big table. After getting fired from her cabinet position, she gets inserted under him in a closet. That poor guy's got a babysitter. He's got to make sure he keeps her contained. I hope he can do it. I don't know how he can because he's already, like I say, he's doing 8 or 10 different jobs already. Good luck, Rubio. You got your hands full. But as long as you keep them from writing the books, then the purposes are served for having her in that position because all of these people have written books. If you look it up, just go Google it, you will see there's a litany of people that have written kiss and tell hit pieces on Trump. He can't afford any more of them. The best way to shut her up is give her a job because when she's got a job, she can't go write the book. She doesn't do that because it would cost her her job. She doesn't want to trade 15 minutes of fame for a regular paycheck. That's the opportunity Trump gave her. Corey Lewandowski, he's going to be around Kristi Noem because those two are inseparable. So here we had the whole country scratching their heads thinking, what the heck? Trump fires her and then he gives her a job? And what is this shield of the Americas nobody ever heard of? Why does this make no sense at all? Then why did they suddenly quit talking about it? Kristi Noem got put in a corner. We're not going to hear from her again. It's just like when they gave Kimberly Guilfoyle that job when Don Jr. finally threw her out and made her the diplomat to Greece. Trump is good at this. He knows how to put someone in a position to shut them up because they have a lot to lose if they backstab him. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. He just made an enemy. He made 2 enemies by firing her, which she richly deserved. He just put both of those enemies on ice as long as Corey wants to hang around Kristi Noem and her new job. Now, if something happens in their romantic relationship and they break up, you watch. Corey Lewandowski is going to be writing a book. As long as Noem is in this fake position, she'll be quiet. Well done, Trump. Well played. You out-chessed him. Now it all starts to make sense, doesn't it? Well, here we go. This is just Washington. And that's why they say it's kind of like Washington sausage being made. You really don't want to know how it works on the inside. Thanks for listening.